everybody. Today we're going to talk about key terms for beginning the study of statistics, and we will focus on populations and samples. To start, let's ask the question, what is statistics? Basically, it's the collection, organization, and interpretation of data. And maybe when you hear data, you start thinking about lots and lots of numbers, and that's not necessarily wrong. Data helps us measure variability. That could be like the number of flights that are late at an airport or the age of doctors at a particular hospital. It could also be collecting information about everyone's favorite type of pet. As we look at these few types of variability, I want you to see we have two different types of data we collected. When we look at the number of flights or the age of doctors, those are numeric values, which we would call a numeric variable. When we look at a favorite type of pet, this is categorical because there's not a number associated with our response. There are many challenges of data collection, including time, money, access, privacy, and participation. So even though we would like to have data on the entire group of things we are studying, which we call a population, this is often difficult. Instead of studying an entire population, we often study a sample, which is just a portion of the population. A population doesn't have to be people. It could be any things that we want to study. In the coming weeks, as we study populations and samples, we will do numeric calculations of both the population and the sample. Anytime we do a calculation on the population, we will call that a parameter. When we do a calculation based on a sample, we will call that a statistic. Let's look at a quick example of using this terminology. Our chart says leading reasons for using TikTok among teenagers in the United States as of April 2023. In this graph, our population would be teenagers that use TikTok in the United States. But because it would be very difficult to talk to all teenagers that use TikTok in the United States, we have a sample of 1,000 teenagers that responded to this survey. The different bars in the graph represent the variables, which in this case are the reasons that the teenagers use TikTok. As we continue to look at types of variables, we will categorize them into two distinct types, numerical and quantitative, or categorical, which is qualitative. Quantitative can be things like age, height, weight, steps, heart rate, where qualitative might represent gender, hair color, favorite food, or place of birth. As we start our study of statistics, I want you to start thinking about what data you look at all the time. Maybe you look at how many calories you burn a day, how many steps you take a day, what your heart rate gets to be, how many hours you slept at night. And then I want you to think about how we use data to make decisions, and that could be for personal reasons or at our job. As we study, I hope you see that data is all around us, and understanding statistics will help us be better consumers and employees.